Hi loves, welcome back to Feminine Diaries. I will be walking you through how to relax your hair at home, especially if it hurts you fast. Over the years, I have retouched at least 500 heads of hair from working in the salon. So, first of all, ensure you have all the supplies you need at hand before you even start. On the pack of relaxers, you will be asked to make sure you haven't washed or manipulated your hair like that for at least 5 days. But if relaxer hurts you fast, please try to go up to 2 weeks before you retouch your hair without washing your hair. And also, if your hair itches, you need to be careful to pat but never scratch. Do not scratch your hair before retouching. It will make it hurt you faster. Then to start off with, I am just sectioning my hair into 4. It helps a lot if you can section your hair to at least 4. I know many people thrive with 3, but 4 is easier to work with. So section your hair into 4 the way I am doing in the video, and if you have sectioning clips or something to use, you do that. Remember to mix your relaxer, have everything ready before you even start. If you're using a relaxer for a first time, it is always advised to do the strand test. Use it on a small section to know your hair can actually all fall off. Take your time to mix it very well. Also, I am just exaggerating, but children always reach for relaxers, trying to put it in their mouth. If you have a kid at home, be very careful to make sure it is out of their reach when you're retouching your hair. Please, we do not want any accident. We do not want any accident. Also, some people come to the salon with their hair not detangled, feeling it hurts me, it's painful. Just put the relaxer and comb it when it's soft. No, if your hair is not detangled, it is going to take you more time to try to detangle it with the relaxer in, and that is going to make it hurt you fast. So just try and be patient and completely detangle your hair. This is a tip, especially for those people who it hurts. Make sure your hair is detangled, and once you start working, nothing stops you. You can just go all the way. So this is a trick I use for people whose hair hurts really fast. When I section the hair into 4, I apply the relaxer on the perimeter of each of the 4 ponies without pressing it down to the scalp. Exactly what I am doing here. I just apply it round. Now, if the client's hair is really thick and difficult to part and put the relaxer inside, and the relaxer doesn't hurt them unusually faster, after applying it round the 4 sections, then I will smooth out exactly the way I am going to do on my hair. The technique I am using on my hair is what I would use for someone who has like thick hair that is difficult to maneuver. Doing this is going to soften the hair so that you can now go around and section and make smaller sections very easily. Once you have done this, the hair will be a little bit softer, so you can go back and section the hair to apply the relaxer inside of the ponies. The smoothing process is what relaxes the hair, but when your relaxer come in contact with your scalp, that is where it starts to hurt. So if I am retouching the hair of someone whose hair hurts really fast, I will skip that step where I smooth out the relaxer on the 4 sections. After putting it around the boundary, at that point the relaxer is not touching the scalp. Then I will go around and start putting it in sections the way I am doing now without pressing the relaxer down. Apply it everywhere on your head before you smooth down the relaxer. When the relaxer has contact on your scalp, that is when you start counting the time it will take for it to start hurting you. So I do this with those people who always come and cry whenever I put relaxer on my hair. It starts hurting immediately. I will be like, do not worry, I have got you. I will put the relaxer on the perimeter without pressing it down. Then I will section off the hair and have it round the whole hair. Then I will tell the person, okay, brace yourself, we start counting from now. I will smooth out the relaxer real fast if I need to, just to make sure it gets everywhere, and I start counting from then. And before the client will be in pain, we are ready to wash it off. Do not forget to apply hair cream or oil around your hairline, especially behind your ears, because during the process of washing it off, the relaxer always gets there and it hurts. It feels as if your ears are going to cut from there. So please, especially at the creak, the fold between your ears and your head, apply relaxer around there, and your ear itself, apply relaxer around there. Remember, like, even if once you're using a relaxer you are not familiar with, take your time to read the instruction manual. Just take your time. I have been relaxing hairs for years, but once I come across a relaxer that I have not used before, I will sit down and take that extra 5 minutes to read the pack, read the manual inside, read everything, the instructions. Just go through it to be sure, because you can never tell. Some relaxers are something else. So pay attention also to the timer that is indicated on the relaxer, although most times we tend to stretch it out a little, but like to go over the time. But be very conscious, your hair can actually really all fall off. Now, smoothing your hair, exactly what I am doing here. This is what makes your hair relax. If you do not smooth it out, your hair is not going to be as straight as it needs to. So that's why I also like these 4 ponies. It is always easy to manipulate like this and make sure everything is smooth out. When you're parting your hair into 4 sections, try to make them equal 4 sections. People tend to go too low when going from ear to ear, so the ones at the back are really tiny and the 2 at the front are big. Try not to do that. If you can make them as equal as possible, it's okay. Also, always start from where your hair is thickest. If your hair grows faster at the back, start from the back. If it grows faster at the front, start from the front. Leave out your edges until the last minute. That's what I'm doing. I'm just applying the relaxer to my edges now, because to start with, I don't even have hairs on my edges, so I am practically almost relaxing my skin. I wait until when I am done, not just applying the relaxer everywhere. When I am done smoothing out the relaxer, then I go round on my edges. The center of my head is always the thickest, so I have in mind to always apply extra relaxer there and ensure it is saturated. If you are relaxing yourself, it is usually more difficult to not get the relaxer on your old relaxed hair, on the strands that have been relaxed before, on the tips of your hair. Try as much as you can not to get relaxer there. When your hair is shorter, it's more difficult. Now, once you are done smoothing, the center part of each of those four ponies is usually not saturated with relaxer. That's usually where it's left out. So I just go through 4 of them, the 4 sections, dividing them into 2. I don't need to always those extra activities where we start combing section by section, combing out the hair completely. Some people even comb from the roots to the tip of the hair. to the tip of the strands, and that's just part of what makes relaxer more damaging to your hair. You don't need all that. Once the relaxer is smooth out, your hair is good to go. All those other massaging, scratching, combing, if your hair burns fast, do not do all those things. And when you're combing out your relaxer, do not use the comb to scratch your scalp, because you will just scratch away all the barriers that is preventing the relaxer from hurting you yet, and it will hurt you faster. So bear that in mind. Bear that in mind, darling. So here, now I am sure this relaxer has gotten to everywhere on my scalp. I am paying extra attention to this section because this is where my hair gets new growth the fastest. This is where it gets strong, especially if you sleep on your back. This is what's going to happen. This part is going to get really stubborn very fast. So if you can have the relaxer closer to you, so you won't be, just have it closer to you. Also have in mind, when you are braiding your hair, it is always easy for you to rest when you're tired. When your arm hurts, you can rest and continue when you are okay. When you are retouching your hair, that is not the case. So find a position where you can rest your arm, like have your supplies on a table with a mirror in front of you, where you can rest your arm when you're tired but still work at the same time. Have that in mind. It is also very important to use a neutralizing shampoo so that you can see when it's reacting with the relaxer. When the ladder from your relaxer is still pink, when it's pink, that means there is still relaxer in your hair. I cannot tell someone rinse twice or rinse 3 times because people wash their hair differently. As far as the foam is still pink, you continue washing. Wash 3, 4, 5 times if you have to. Wash and rinse, wash, rinse, wash, rinse. It is very important. It makes a whole lot of difference. So please do that and do it again and do it again. So after washing it up, that's the mayonnaise I'm using to just give my hair a little bit of loving and really condition it after the trauma it just went through. So I do that, making sure I get the product on my scalp, on the strands. This way, when I press it down this way, I can feel it going round. I am sure it is evenly distributed. And then I use that leather bag and wait for, I just rest, but at least for 20 minutes I just rest. When I wash it off, usually I go in with my coconut oil. That's what I am doing here. I make it myself. I go in with my coconut oil, applying it from scalp to all my strands. I just take my time and work it in all over my short beautiful hair. I work it in everywhere. Use it anywhere you need to. I love coconut oil. And then this is shea butter, original shea butter. If you rub this shea butter on your scalp, it is going to hurt you. Just rub it on the strands. Thank you for watching. Happy relaxing. Remember to subscribe. Bye.